Hi, welcome back, guys. So my name's Anthony Chambers. I am a real estate agent here in California. And on this channel, I just talk about most things that have to do with real estate, mostly California real estate. And today what we're going to talk about is what is a typical escrow period. So let's go ahead and get started. So what is an escrow period? When a buyer is going to be submitting an offer on your house, they're going to let you know what they expect the closing time to be. And that allows them to have time for inspections, the appraisal, enough time for their loan to go through, possibly even to sell their home before your home closes. And what I mean by close, meaning the money's in your bank, they have the keys to their house. You're no longer responsible for what goes on in that house. So what is a typical time frame? I want to make one thing very clear. This is completely negotiable. Before you accept an offer, work with your agent and they're going to let you know what the different options are. But a typical escrow period is usually going to be, at least in the markets that I work in, 30 days. And that gives plenty of time for the buyer to do, again, their inspections, to get their loan, to have the home appraised. All of those processes usually are done within 30 days. However, there are a couple of reasons why you might want or request a longer escrow period or a shorter escrow period. So this is part of the negotiation. So let's talk about a few reasons why the seller might want a shorter or a longer escrow period. So a shorter escrow period means that the seller is going to have less holding costs. So the quicker the transaction goes through, like if it's a 14-day transaction instead of a 30-day transaction, that essentially means the seller has saved 2 weeks worth of holding costs, which would include mortgage interest, landscaping, utilities, homeowner's insurance, all these different expenses the seller would save 2 weeks worth, which may not seem like a lot, but it could end up being a couple of $1,000s. Another reason why the seller might want to request a different closing time, like say maybe 45 days or 60 days, is because maybe they're just not ready to move yet. Maybe they have a lot of stuff in their house and they want to dig through it. They want to make sure everything's packed up correctly. And they may request that you move the escrow period to 60 days instead of 30 days. And that way they're not really pressured into getting all of their household belongings to move on to the new place. Or maybe they don't have anywhere to go yet. So they might need to look for an apartment or look for a house to move into or arrange some other sort of hotel or something along those lines. So that's another reason why the seller might request a longer escrow period. Now, what about the buyer's perspective? From the buyer's perspective, sometimes they're going to submit an offer with a very aggressive closing date. So maybe 14 days, they're going to be paying all cash. Why would they do that? A lot of times the buyers would submit a lower escrow period to make their offer more appealing to you, the seller, because they know that a lot of times sellers are just ready to go ahead and sell their house. And the quicker they can get that done, the more appealing their offer is going to be. Another reason why the buyers might request a different type of closing time or escrow period is because of their financing. Sometimes buyers are going to use first-time home buyer programs or community programs that help them with the down payment or closing costs. And because of that extra legwork that's involved with the loan, they may need 45 days or even 60 days for that loan to go through. And because of that, when they submit their offer, sometimes you'll see it at 45 days or 60 days if you accept their offer. So that's another reason why the buyer might want a different closing time than just the 30 days. So what about you? Do you have any experience with a different closing time, or what's typical in your neighborhood? Is it 30 days like it is here? If so, leave a comment below. I'd like to hear. And I hope that you found the video useful. If so, click thumbs up and I hope you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.